my last video I made this painting, and it's the biggest painting I have ever made. But actually it's part of a triptych, and that means that there are 2 more pieces like this one that I have to make. And this is the biggest project commission that I have ever worked on. And so far it's been definitely a challenge, and I have spent too much time on this one, and now I don't have that much time for the next 2. So instead of shooting 1 video for each painting, I will make 1 video for both of them. And probably I will insert some clips of this one, but if you haven't watched it, go watch this one first and then come back and watch this video. So yeah, again, I don't have the exact canvas that I need, but I have the underframes and I have canvas. So first I'm gonna stretch the canvas. If you watched the process of the first painting of this 3 parts project, you know I started with a grid line so that it was easier to transform the reference onto the canvas. But as for these next 2 paintings, I have the reference in landscape and I'm painting in portrait orientation. I have to change a lot of things, so there is not much point in gridding it out. I jumped straight to the other painting, and I feel like this time this part of the process was much faster, as I already was comfortable with the size and the format, and after making the first painting, definitely I was much more confident in my abilities of finishing this whole project. The idea for this project, this so-called triptych, is a request from a customer to turn her 3 photos taken during a fresh summer hike into art, into memories that will be preserved through the craft of painting. And knowing my style of vivid and contrasting landscapes, she wanted me to tweak the colors to make 3 separate scenes representing a day high up there in the mountains during a different time. A sunset, which was the first painting, a nightscape, and the third one, the one without so many changes, a daylight landscape. The sunset for sure took me the most of the time, as it was my first big humongous for my experience painting, and at the same time I was working on it, I was building out the new studio, so I had to find a way to manage both of these huge events for me. Plus I had other projects in the going, and this all definitely led me to underestimating the time frame in which I will be able to finish this project. But with this next 2 I had a bit more confidence and more clear vision of where this whole thing have to be. Though that doesn't mean I didn't have difficulties with them. With the nightscape I had to change basically every single color, how the light is coming, the shadows, the color palette, and with the daylight landscape I had to change only the composition, as the reference is horizontal and the canvas is vertical, so not that many changes in terms of colors, although I have never been comfortable with a lot of greens in one painting. For sure that one was the most, not easier, but the most trouble-free in comparison to the other 2. So far it's looking nice. I really like how each panel is like a different time of the day, like sunset, a nightscape, and just a nice daytime landscape. It's definitely getting where I want it to be, and also I'm getting where I want to be. And what I mean is that I'm getting more productive, and the main reason for that is probably because I'm starting to be more capable to just let it go and don't care that much how everything looks in the middle of the process. I mean, it's good to know that it doesn't have to look great in the beginning. For example, the nightscape. I just don't like it that much, and I wanted to have more colors and be more enhanced. And yeah, I didn't use many colors in the first layer, but that shouldn't be a problem because I'm sure that I can enhance it more and add more colors and make it closer to where I want it to be in the next step of the process. This endeavor of painting, of creating, of expressing my thoughts and my beliefs through the craft of art have been always a battle with myself, with my fears, with my doubts of not being able to finish a project, to execute properly the idea that have been occupying my mind for a good amount of time. And the more I do it, the more I create, the more I work on myself, the more I realize that it's all about the small steps and not always caring and being obsessed with the big challenge, with a big goal. Just like painting a night sky. Yeah, there are a lot of stars, but if you're always in your head overthinking how many stars you have to make and how big of a deal it is, you will get nothing done. Or instead, you can make one simple act, one simple step, one simple star, and then another one, and another one, and slowly but surely you're getting there. Now, of course, you should regularly step back and observe the big picture to see if everything is going according to plan, and if it's not, well, a simple step could change the direction. See, if you're in the mountains and you're climbing a peak, most of the time you should watch at your feet and where you're stepping, and your eyes shouldn't be further than 2 steps ahead. And of course, from time to time, heads up, see if you're moving toward the right peak. If not, make a small turn in the course and keep on overcoming each and every little obstacle that is right in front of you, and don't worry that much about the big hills that are coming. But unfortunately, I did exactly the opposite thing in the process of making these paintings, which led to lack of consistency, losing ton of time just laying and overthinking everything and not getting any work done whatsoever. Or actually, it was fortunate, because through this failure I realized some things that hopefully will help me to build a better consistency and discipline in myself, and that more than everything else will lead to a better results. I'm extremely happy with how it came to be. Really, the stars, the reflections, the mountains, the snow. It's exactly what I had in mind. And yeah, 2 off the chart, 1 more to go. And maybe in the end I will look them all together and will tweak some things here and there. But for now I'm concentrating, I'm putting all of my focus on the 3rd one. I can see how my confidence was really boosted up and everything went so much more smoother with the last one, although I had the most doubts about it, and still there were a few times when I stood looking at it for a good hour or more, just thinking how big of a challenge it is, and then when finally I take action and take the brush and start painting, I see how everything is coming along and actually it's not that hard at all. So the moral of the story would be that this project, and in fact any other, isn't that big of a challenge. It just concludes a lot of small, simple steps that have to be taken without fear, and if you want improvement, if you want to be better, we have to execute each and every one of them with the best we can. And don't think about it too much, rather just go for it, take action. Thinking creates more thinking, and acts, well, they create more acts, just like an avalanche. There is literally nothing like finishing a project, and I'm stoked. I really like how it turned out, but there is always that one but. Looking at them all together, I see some small things that I could adjust, like the peaks of the mountain. I could add some more snow and the reflections, and I could tweak some things here, and I have to paint the side of each painting so that they will be ready to hang. I don't think to spend that much time, maybe 20, half an hour on each painting, but mixing all the colors all over again probably will take some more time than expected, as always. Well, artist's life. I think that finally this is the point where I can say finito, it's done, it's finished, and yeah, I'm stoked with the result. It took me definitely more than I anticipated, maybe almost a year, but it was definitely worth it. And yeah, I cannot wait to send it to the owner, and I hope that you like it, you enjoyed the video, and if so, you know the drill, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet. Probably I won't release prints, but if you're interested, comment down below and let me know. For now I will just upload the files for the prints on my Patreon page, and if you're interested, go out there, download it and print it yourself. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for the support. More videos are about to come, so stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.